Let us start the class. Java Web Application Development. Session number 5, actually, technically, right? Java Web Application means Java-based dynamic website development. Okay. A website cannot be dynamic if there is no server-side program. For a Java-based website, a servlet is a server-side Java program. Before writing any code, we should learn about the life cycle of a servlet. I was explaining that in the last class. Okay. So, continuation of last class. What are the system requirements? So, what are the system requirements? To develop and run a Java web application? What are the system requirements to develop and run a Java web application? So, install a web container. Install a web container. For example, Tomcat. Install a web container. For example, Tomcat. Okay. If web container is there in your computer, then only you can develop the Java web application and you can load that application and the services of that application can be utilized. Okay, so we have to install the web container. First, you cannot install Tomcat if JDK is not installed already. Okay, so already JDK should have been installed. On the top of that, Tomcat can be installed. Okay, fine. That's it. Next question. What is the hierarchy of servlet classes? Actually, Java web application we say, but our concentration is servlet development only. So Now given question is, what is the hierarchy of servlet classes? Diagram. I cannot and I will not share this diagram, but I will show the diagram. Take the pic of it and later while writing the notes use it. Now I am showing that diagram. Look at this. It is my servlet means our project, our own Java class. Is a relation means inheritance relation. Its parent is HTTP servlet. Its parent is generic servlet. Its parent is a servlet interface. If you know object orientation properly, okay, inheritance relationship is a relation. Is a relation. A Java class is eligible to act as a servlet if and only if it implements servlet interface. Actually, our own Java class never directly inherits from servlet interface. No, no. So, servlet interface has a child library class, javax.servlet package, some generic servlet class. Generic servlet is an abstract class. Generic servlet child is HTTP servlet. That is also abstract class. If you know object orientation properly, uh, if a class has at least one abstract method, the class must be declared abstract. HTTP servlet is an abstract class, but no method is abstract in that. So, once again, I am saying our own developed Java class, okay, inherits from HTTP servlet. HTTP servlet inherits generic servlet. Generic servlet inherits servlet interface. Somehow, in the hierarchy, servlet interface should be there. Otherwise, our Java class is not eligible to act as a servlet. But first example, I will show you our servlet extends generic servlet. Our Java class never ever inherits servlet interface. First one or two examples, understanding Java web application sake only you have to observe. But they are not real-time scenarios. Real-time scenarios, registration, login, like that we'll do. Okay, but directly real-time example we don't do. First basics of Java web application clarity will come if the servlet is simple. Okay. So two examples we'll do in a basic manner. After that, we'll go for a real-time manner with real-time examples. Okay, very good. So, what is the hierarchy of of servlet classes means? Java X dot servlet dot Java X dot servlet dot servlet interface is a library interface of servlet API. Okay. Java X dot servlet dot generic servlet is the child class of servlet interface. Java X dot servlet dot HTTP dot HTTP servlet is the child class of generic servlet. So this is the hierarchy. A user-defined servlet class never directly implements servlet interface. So now onwards, whenever you want to develop a servlet, okay, either your class must inherit from generic servlet or HTTP servlet. But in real time, always it inherits HTTP servlet. But only two examples, our servlet extends generic servlet. One question. If our servlet is extending generic servlet, is it eligible to act as a servlet? Yes. Reason is generic servlet is inheriting from servlet interface. Na? At the top of the hierarchy, servlet interface should be there. Then only your class is eligible to act as a servlet. That is the condition. But then your class is inheriting from generic servlet. Is your class eligible to act as servlet? Definitely, because generic servlet inherits the servlet interface. Good. Now, generic servlet is an abstract class. In this class, service method is abstract. Which method is abstract? Service method is abstract. Remember this point. Init method is already implemented in generic servlet. Destroy method is already implemented in generic servlet. Only service method is kept abstract. Okay. HTTP servlet also is an abstract class, but no method is abstract in this class. Generally, those who don't learn core Java properly, they feel that if the class is abstract, it should have abstract method. No, no, such rule is not there. An abstract class can have zero abstract methods. But rule is, if at least one abstract method is there in the class must be abstract. But if the class is abstract, there is no rule that it should have abstract methods. That rule is followed in HTTP servlet. What is the opposite word of abstract class? Concrete class. Concrete means complete. User defined servlet should be concrete. Always remember. Okay. User defined servlet should be concrete. Concrete means iron, sand, water, cement, not that. Concrete means complete, non-abstract. In Java, only concrete class object can be created. So abstract class instance cannot be created. Only concrete class instance can be created. Remember this. Okay. So what I am trying to say, why to learn about this hierarchy reason is, our own developed servlets never ever directly inherit from servlet interface. In real time, always inherits from HTTP servlet. But first two examples, I write a servlet, extends generic servlet. Generic servlet implements servlet interface, means init method is implemented in generic servlet. Destroy method is implemented in generic servlet. But service method is not implemented. Okay. This much knowledge is sufficient. Now we are eligible. Now we are eligible to go for example, please. Okay. This application cannot be completed today, but idea you will get. Develop a Java web application in which a servlet produces a web page. A servlet produces a web page that displays hello web world or hello world. Okay. To the end user. So tell me, what should we do? We should develop one servlet. No, we should develop a web application. In that web application, we have to write one servlet. You know what that servlet should do? It should produce a web page. This servlet should produce a web page. Okay. On the web page, what should be displayed? Hello web world. So, moral of the story, write a servlet that gives the following output. That is the given question. It is not at all a real-time example at all, but it will give you beautiful idea on how to develop a Java web application. So in the last class, I already given, okay, there are some standard steps. There are some standard steps of Java web application development. Okay, let me follow those steps. What is the first step? Creating the directory structure. Okay, so creating the directory structure. So I am creating. So first one or two examples, stepwise I write. After that, stepwise I will not write. Directly development only. Step 1. Create a structured hierarchy of directories. Create a structured hierarchy of directories. In whatever style I am developing, that style only follow. That is the best way to learn. Okay, remember. I know some of you second time learning or third time learning. I don't care how many times you are learning. But if you are learning from me means my own style you learn. That's all. Okay. Don't use any IDE. Okay. Don't use any IDE. Manually develop. Okay. IDE usage is not great. Okay. So without IDE only develop. Later, after becoming perfect in servlet technology, after becoming perfect in servlet technology, okay, after learning servlet technology, manual development is over. I will anyhow show you how to develop a web application using Eclipse. Okay, so that is the reason why never ever core Java time or advanced Java time don't use IDE. But high-end classes time you must use IDE. That is a different story. Okay, so that's all. But some people will not listen. Don't ask me anything. Your fate, right? Over. So tell me whenever any Java web application you want to develop. Okay, what is the first step? Create a hierarchy of directories. First, we have to create one folder. Any name you can give. I am giving the folder name Hello World Application. It's a folder. Within that, create one folder WebINF. In that, create a folder classes. Okay. In that, you create one folder src. In that, lib. So that's all. Root folder name can be anything. You can give any name. But it is Hello World application, so I am giving that name. Inside that, create a folder web-inf, not underscore. Some people will ask, sir, web-inf should be small or capital. What I have given here? Capital, then why that nonsensical doubt over? So inside WebINF, three folders, classes, src and lib. That's it. So totally 5 folders created. With this, step 1 is over. It is a standard procedure. Every day same story, nothing new. Only servlet coding learning only main. This procedure one time learning. That's it. I am creating the folders. I am saying hello world application over. In that, create web-inf over. In that, I am creating the folder classes. Inside web-inf only 3 folders. Classes, lib, src. What is the purpose of src folder, you know? In your project, how many .java files are there? All of them you place in src folder. After compilation, you get .class files. No? All those .class files copy into classes folder. This is a standard procedure. In your application, any jar files are there, copy into lib folder. In this example, there is no jar file required, no driver software required for this example. Therefore, it will be empty. Tell me what is the significance of src folder? In your online Java project, how many .java files you develop? All of them you place in src folder. Source code, source code. You compile them. You get the .class files now. All the .class files must be copied into classes folder. You don't have options. You should not ask why also. It is a rule. That's all. If you are doing database connectivity, driver software required, no? That driver software you have to copy into lib folder. But in this case, no driver required. Therefore, you keep it empty. Like this is the standard storage. Yes, please. With this, first step is over. Step 2. Step 2. Develop the web resources. Means whatever files are required for this, you develop. Okay. Note. In this application, we have only one web resource. That is a server. Second step is whatever HTMLs, whatever CSS files, whatever JavaScript files, whatever images compose, so many, all project files you develop. But in this example, only one file is required, that is servlet. So we have to develop. Okay. So now I am developing servlet page. Good. Class must be public. Okay. Import javax.servlet. If servlet class is not public, servlet container cannot create the object of the servlet class. That is why class must be public. First line, what am I doing? Making servlet API available to the servlet. So, hello world servlet. Sorry. This class is not eligible to act as a servlet unless either it should implement servlet interface. Yes. Now this class is eligible to act as a servlet. But you know what is the problem? In servlet interface, 5 abstract methods will be there. 5 abstract methods: init, service, destroy, get servlet config, get servlet info, like that. 5 abstract methods will be there. Whether required or not, unnecessarily, somebody is asking in between web.xml later. No? Now we are in second step. Web.xml will come in third step. Let me complete second step, then I come to third step, please. Okay, very good. So now the point is, is this Java class eligible to act as a servlet? Definitely yes, because it implements servlet. But what is the headache? Unnecessarily 5 abstract methods you have to implement here. No. Simply what I will do, I say extends what? Generic servlet. So now look at the hierarchy. Generic servlet is a child of servlet interface. Therefore, if our Java class inheriting from generic servlet also eligible to act as a servlet. But what benefit I am getting here? You know what benefit you will get here? Already generic servlet implements servlet interface. No? In this generic servlet, all abstract methods of servlet interface implemented, but only service method is not implemented. Now let me save this. You know where to save this? In SRC folder. WebINF, SRC. Hello world servlet.java. Please remember, if the class is public, class name and file name should be the same. It is a rule in Java. If the class is not public, file name and class name need not be the same. Remember. But here, servlet class must be public. Otherwise, servlet container cannot create the instance of this class. So because class is public, class name and file name should be the same. That is why I must save it with what name? Hello world servlet dot. Fine. Let me compile. Yeah. Yeah, hello world servlet is there. Now let me compile. It will scold Java C. Hello world servlet dot Java. What it is saying? I don't know. Package Java X dot servlet. I don't know. It is crying. It is crying. So, you know what we have to do for this? There is one jar file. You have to set this in class path. Servlet hyphen API dot jar file. Okay. So that point will come later. Set class path equal to servlet hyphen API dot jar file. I will document everything. Don't worry. Observe. No, sir, why error coming? No, 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 no. Earlier error different. Now it is saying override service method. Override service method. It is asking you. That's it. Earlier, package I don't know. Generic servlet I don't know. Compiler is crying. The moment I set the class path, the moment I set the class path. Okay, so now hello world servlet dot java. I'll paste it there, but I say no. Okay, place servlet hyphen API dot jar file in class path before compiling this servlet. Not keeping in lib folder. I am talking about before compiling this Java file, you have to place this. Okay. First example time, now all doubts will be there. Let me execute and show you the output, then one by one we'll resolve everything. Okay, fine. Now it is saying overrides. I already told you. Look at this. Look at this. Hello world servlet extends generic servlet. Generic servlet is abstract class. What did you learn in core Java? Whenever a Java class is inheriting from an abstract class, whenever a Java class is inheriting from an abstract class, all the abstract methods of that class you must implement in the child class. In generic servlet, which method is abstract? Service method. That is why it is crying like. So now what should I do here? Public void service. It is saying it is quite Kushagra something. It is quite in here. You're all done. I will be leaving in 1 minute unless hear someone talking. Who is that? Sir, leave please. Who will be caring for you? Leave, that's all. Right? Over. Okay. Now, public void service, servlet request, comma, servlet response, throws servlet exception, comma, IO exception. This is already given like this. So IO exception belongs to java dot IO dot this one. service method is abstract method in generic servlet. In the parent class, it is given like this. I am as it is following. So now let me compile. No error. Compilation successful. Finished. So what you have to understand is, okay. Already I told you, life cycle of the servlet. My question is, for hello world servlet, init method is available or not? Think all of you once. For hello world servlet, init method is available or not? For hello world servlet, destroy method is available or not? Yes, available. How it is available? How it is available? I already told, in generic servlet, service method only kept abstract without implementation. But init method is already implemented. Very good, through parent. So in generic servlet class, already init method is implemented. Already init method is implemented. Okay. So in generic servlet, only service method is kept abstract. Remaining all the methods are already implemented there. Therefore, we need not worry. Okay, that's all. Here, core Java time you learn abstract. But real beauty will come now. What is the real purpose of an abstract method? Okay. So the point to understand here is, in the parent class, service method is kept abstract. It is the duty of our servlet to override the service method. Now we are overriding the service method. Okay. So now tell me, what are the duties of this servlet? What are the duties of this servlet? Printing hello web world to the client. So that is the given question, please. Okay. But I am not answering totally. System.out.println. Hello web world. Later again I will modify it, but at this stage only, that's all. Okay. And I am not doing any other things, please. Only I am saying system.out.println. That's all. Will it really print hello web world to the browser? No, no. But on the server console, it will be displayed. Once it is displayed, we can easily modify it and all like. Okay. So now let me compile it. With this, how many steps are over? Yeah. Actually, later I will show you. Okay, not this system.out.println, web page displaying, I will show you. Okay, very good. So with these two steps are over. Now let us move on to the third step. Now let us move on to the third step. Step 3. What development? Web.xml development. Web.xml development. Web.xml seems to be threatening you, but nothing in that. Simple. All this procedure is a standard procedure, one time learning. Only first timer feels what, nothing. Okay. Web.xml development. A web.xml looks like this. Observe. Yeah. Some tags will be there. Every tag I will explain later. And it is saying servlet name, servlet class. You can give any name to the servlet here. See, root tag, web app by, web hyphen app by, web, start tag, end tag. Servlet by servlet tag, servlet mapping by servlet mapping tag. Servlet tag has two child tags, servlet name, servlet class. Actually, what is the name of the servlet class? Exactly, you should give that. If you change it, it will not work. Servlet name, you can give any name, please. I say ONE1 because the first one like. Exact, what is the significance of all this? After execution, I will show you, please. Our concentration here is first example in a simple manner you execute. Once you execute one example, then show your capability of implementing concept, session tracking, this, that, user registrations, user entered wrong password, you can give the red color output, a number of things you can do. But first example, you have to make it as simple as possible. That is minimum way of learning. Okay, good. Here, what name you have given, here also you have to give the same name. URL pattern. Observe, web app. Now we are building web.xml. It is an XML file. Name should be that only, web.xml. HTML file also has tags. Web.xml also has tags. Okay. But HTML is case insensitive. You can write small letters, capital letters and all. Here will not work out. All small only. What is the meaning of this each tag? After execution, I will clearly explain. Okay, fine. Good. URL pattern. You can give any name here, but it should start with the slash. Okay, fine. This is about web.xml. Okay. So now tell me, In this web.xml, what I have done, I have given some name to the servlet one. Servlet class exactly I have to give. Again, whatever name you have given here, exactly that you have to give. But URL pattern is there now. Okay, from the browser with this name, if request comes, then servlet container executes this servlet. Here also you can give any name, but it should start with the slash. As of now, that much. Okay, things will come out everything more clearly after execution. So with this, how many steps are over? 3 steps are over. Step 4. Step 4. Configure the application files. Configuring the application files means you know very much. Okay. Copy web.xml into web.inf. Compile hello world servlet.java and copy the dot class file into classes folder. Just observe what am I doing. This web.xml I am copying into web.inf folder. Look. Already in src folder I compiled now. That dot class file copy into where? Into classes folder. That's it. Look at this. Over, that's it. So simple. Web.xml copy into web.inf. Compile hello world servlet.java. You get the dot class file. That dot class file you should copy into classes folder. That only I did now. With this, what is over? Development is over. Just 3-4 minutes. How to run this? How to run this? That notes I will not give now, but I will execute. I will try to execute. You may not be understanding now. Already how to install Tomcat and all when I show, then you will realize. Okay. Development is over, please. I have developed the application. How to deploy? Deploy means hosting, I told now. Website hosting. Okay, loading the website into web server is known as website hosting. Web application hosting we don't say, deployment. Installing the web application into the web container is known as a deployment. How to deploy above web application into Tomcat? Very simple. Step 1. Copy the entire directory structure along with files into web apps folder. I am showing you, observe what to do. Already we developed this application, hello world application, entire structure along with files. I am copying. Where to copy? In Tomcat, already I installed Tomcat. Program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat 9.0. In that web apps folder is there. I copied that. Yeah. So now tell me, after development is over, what you have to do? Copy the entire directory structure into web apps folder of Tomcat installation folder. When I install and speak now, you will get clarity. In this computer, in C drive, in program files, Apache Software Foundation folder, Tomcat. Here it is installed. In this, see this, C drive, program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat. In that, there is a folder by name Web Apps. Into this Web Apps folder, you have to copy that. I copied that. Hello world up. I copied it. Finished. Next, what to do? Start the server. Start Tomcat. I am starting Tomcat container. How to start Tomcat container? Uh, in Tomcat folder only, bin folder is there. So tomorrow I will show you how to install Tomcat and all. In bin folder, Tomcat 9, just I click on that, server started. That's it. Okay, so what I did is I clicked somewhere, then server started. Now my application is deployed. Simple, because first time you feel, oh, what, nothing. I copied my folder into web apps folder of Tomcat. After that, I started the server. Sir, how to start the server? Go to Tomcat, bin folder, double click on that, server starts. Then how to run the servlet now? Last question. How to run the above servlet? Very simple. Open the browser, give the address. Open the browser and type the address. Observe. HTTP localhost 8081 slash hello world application slash hello. So if you look at Tomcat server console, see this here, cursor is blinking. Once I run this now, okay, once I run that, see this Tomcat console, see what is printed here? Hello web world printed. Actually to the browser we have to send. I will send how to send to the browser. I will show you. But now the procedure of development, deployment, execution we have seen. Okay, now we can concentrate on the concepts. How to run the above servlet. Okay. Open the browser and specify the following URL. HTTP localhost 8081 slash hello world application slash hello. Sir, what is this slash hello? Observe here in web.xml, whatever name given here with that name. Yeah, that's it. I know. I have not shown you how to install Tomcat. If I shown you how to install Tomcat, servlet-jar file, API jar, what this meanings. No, I did not try to explain today. That is tomorrow's story. I will show you the installation. I will talk about web.xml. Not sending, I am sending to the, but the question is Java web application servlet produces a web page. But sorry, in the answer, web page is not there. Only on that I printed. I will give the modification of that in the next class. Okay, that's all. Just a minute, please. With this, I end the class, and today I cannot have any doubt session, please. I'm not well. Tomorrow, definitely, I will give the time for doubts.